And as soon as it processed, 2 lines automatically popped up. And I was like, I looked at it like, hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about how I found out I was pregnant and our reactions. As you guys all know, everyone that watches us, we have a 15-month-old baby or toddler or whatever, and he's about to be 16 months old this month, which is crazy. It's going by super fast. And I just wanted to make a video about how we found out I was pregnant, because Joe actually knew, well, he wasn't 100% sure, but Joe actually knew that I was pregnant before I found out I was pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah. I already knew.
So anyways, we found out August 7th. Did you even remember what day we found out?
I don't remember what day we found out. But yours, August. I knew it was in August.
Wow. First kid, and we don't even remember when we found out about him.
I remember when he was born.
Anyways, so we found out August 7th, okay? And how did you know that I was pregnant before we found out with the positive test?
Period was 2 weeks late.
Okay, but that was your only way of knowing?
I just knew that, and I just had the feeling. I just knew.
You just knew?
Yeah.
What were, like, how'd you know? Was I moody? Do you remember?
I don't really remember.
You're not supposed to yawn in the video.
You were probably moody, but I just remember.
That was it? That's how you knew I was pregnant?
Yeah. Like,
just because of my missed period?
Wayne, you're moody.
And I was moody?
Yeah.
Super moody?
Mm-hmm.
I was in denial for a long time, like 2 weeks. So my period was 14 days late, and I was in denial. I don't remember getting any symptoms. Remember when I told you my nipples look different? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I was looking in the mirror and my nipples look different, TMI, but did you notice that my nipples look different?
No.
You only knew I was pregnant?
Well, no, I did when you pointed it out, but...
You only knew I was pregnant because of my period?
Yeah. For the most part.
Okay. So the day that we found out I was pregnant, I went to work like normal, and I had hot dogs for lunch that made me extremely sick, like to the point I couldn't even work. And Joe wanted to take me out for dinner to Applebee's. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We went out to Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
And we were supposed to go grocery shopping. Was it grocery, or were we just going to... I think we were supposed to go grocery shopping. And after we ate at Applebee's, I was so sick to the point I couldn't even like look at the food in the grocery stores. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, we have to go. Like, we have to go home. Because I couldn't even look at food. Like, I was ready to throw up. So Joe was like, you need to get a pregnancy test. Because my period was 2 weeks late. So we got a pregnancy test. We went home, and I immediately went to the bathroom. I filled up a little, because I cut a water bottle in half and filled that up with my urine. And as soon as I put the pregnancy test in the urine, I didn't even look away from it. Like, I watched, like, it, like, load up. You know how pregnancy tests are, like, you watch it, whatever, what is that? You watch it process, I guess. And as soon as it processed, 2 lines automatically popped up. And I was like, I looked at it like, what the fuck? I'm pregnant? Because I didn't think I could get pregnant, but Clearly.
Yeah, and then you called me.
And then I was like, did I even say babe?
No, you said Joe.
I said, Joe. And you walked in. And how did you feel when you found out? You're not even. You suck.
I'm listening. I'm just thinking about that time. It takes you back to. It's just it was a crazy moment.
How did you feel though when I told you I was pregnant? Like, what were your emotions? Besides, you already knew. Like, you already knew I was going to tell you that.
There was a lot going on. I think I was trying to make sure that, like, you were okay because you were, like, upset, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was so upset. I was so disappointed in myself. I think I was shaking. I was like,
so?
Did I even leave the toilet? I think I was still, like, sitting on the toilet when I was like, Joe, and I was, like, freaking out. I told Joe.
No, we told your mom.
And then I immediately FaceTimed my mom, which before I found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I'm going to keep it a secret. I'm not going to tell anyone until I'm like 12 weeks because like you can miscarry, and I was 20 years old. I didn't want anyone to know. Well, then I actually found out I was pregnant and I was freaking out, like childcare. And I don't even know why I was freaking out because I took care of my little cousin Sophia until she was 2.5 years old. So I already took in a baby at 3 weeks old. She was 3 weeks old when I took her in. I took her in at 18. So I was like, why am I freaking out? I know what to do with babies, but I was freaking out because this baby was gonna be all mine, like my responsibility. We just got done taking care of Sophia. She officially went back to her parents. They got custody of her. So we really didn't have any breaks of having no babies. Like, our whole relationship has just been taking care of babies. Because right when we started talking and getting together, I was taking care of Sophia. I was her mom.
Yeah, it was like nothing really changed. It was just a new baby.
Yeah, it was just a new baby, but it was scary because it was all our responsibility, you know?
That Braden's awesome.
Braden's awesome.
You can't imagine life without him.
Braden is awesome. 16 months old almost. In like 20 days, he'll be 16 months old. Baby number 2?
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. That'll be another one. Braden's more than a handful. Wear condoms.
Don't have sex.
Pull out. and
Did you just say that?
Edit.
No, put that in the video.
Are you?
Yeah.
Sweet.
But anyways, so Joe's parents reacted pretty well to it though. They were happy, weren't they? Or
yeah.
Or were they not happy?
I feel like when the night that we went and told them, we told my dad first, and then my dad pretty much already knew, and then.
Well, your dad had a dream that I was pregnant 2 weeks. You remember that? Your dad was like, I had a dream that Sierra was pregnant, and then I was literally pregnant when he had that dream, and I was like, there's no way I'm pregnant. Like, there's no way. Yeah. And then I found out I was pregnant maybe 2 weeks after he texted us that.
Yeah.
But my mom, when she came over the night that we found out we were pregnant, and she was not happy. She wasn't happy and she wasn't mad. She was kind of just like disappointed because I haven't really gone into detail about me and Joe's relationship and how like new we were when I found out I was pregnant. I'll do a whole different video on that. But I didn't really know Joe at the time when I got pregnant. Like, we were only together for the shortest amount of time, and we were being stupid and not using protection. So she was kind of more disappointed that I got pregnant so soon with him, and I was so young because I was only 20 years old, and I already had the taste of what it was like to be a mom because, like I said, I took care of Sophia. And then my dad reacted very well to it. Were you there when I told my dad?
I don't remember.
I don't think you were there.
I don't know. I think it was.
You were?
I don't remember.
I can't remember if Joe was there when I told my dad, but I told my dad that I had to talk to him about something, and he already assumed. He was like, she's pregnant. So when I went over there, I started crying because I thought he was going to be mad at me, like, and mad at Joe. Like, I thought he was going to just tear us apart, basically. So I started crying when I told him, and he was actually really happy about it. So thank God. Our parents did not, like, no one really gave a shit about it, you know? Like, no one was like, you guys are fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. So, yeah.
Well, it ended help for my parents' side, or my side, that it was a boy.
Yeah, because Joe's parents already had 2 grandbabies, and they're both girls, and so they were, like, really, really wanting a boy. Well, they didn't know it was a boy when I first found out I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But they were hoping. Well, Lori was, like, telling me, right when I told Lori, she was like, it's a boy. She already knew it was a boy. And she was like, I'll bet money on it, it's a boy. And she was right, it was a boy, and I did not want it to be a boy, but now I'm happy that I have my boy, and hopefully, eventually, we'll have a little girl soon. Sooner than soon. No?
Y'all don't, we'll see.
We'll see, he says.
Times have changed.
Get it out, Junior.
We pull out now. I love you.
You love me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you do?
Yeah.
Ew.
Get away from me.
Okay, so that's how we found out we were pregnant, and that's how everyone reacted. That's how we reacted, and hopefully we'll have another baby soon. Deuces. Okay, so that is. I already said that.
That's the sex video.
That's the sex video. We'll see you in our next one. Bye.